Vidya Vikas, Level-5, Session-1 presents Samudra Manthan, the churning of our inner consciousness.
According to Hindu mythology, Devatas and Asuras once decided to churn out the ocean of milk to solve the issue of supremacy among them.
We, the Devas, have to get the nectar.
No, it will be the Asuras who win this one.
The churning stick was Mandir mounted on the back of Kurma, an epical tortoise. The rope needed to churn was Vasuki, multiple-headed king of snakes of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu sat on the pivot such that it will not skid in the ocean.
All the gods were on one side and all the Asuras were on the other side. As the churning of the ocean reached the peak, from the froth a deadly scum started forming.
Help us, Brahmaji, who will take the poison?
No, help us, Vishnu, who will take the poison.
All gods and devils got frightened after seeing it. It was Vish, the poison. Either someone had to swallow it or everyone was going to be in trouble.
Seeing the unwillingness of everyone, Lord Shiva came to rescue, and he took the vish in mouth, but did not swallow it. Parvati came and held the throat and kept it in the throat static. Hence his throat turned out blue due to effect of poison. Since then, he is also known as Nilkant, having blue throat.
I will swallow the poison.
After this event, the churning started again to result in Chatudash Ratnas, 14 precious Ratnas or precious things, produced from the Samudra Manthan.
I am the first Ratna, Chandra, the moon.
I am Parijat, tree planted in the garden of Lord Indra.
I am Airavath, a multi-tusked elephant for Lord Indra, emerged out of the waters when ocean was churned. Elephant is the mount of each one of the 8 guardian deities who preside over the 8 points of the compass. The chief among them is me, Airavath.
I am Gamardin, Mulikar's mother of all cows who provides her owner with whatever he or she desires. I am Uchesharas, the white horse of Lord Indra. I am Shankha, the conch of Lord Vishnu used for victory.
I am Gada, the main weapon used by Lord Hanuman, and it's also carried by Lord Vishnu. I am Lakshmi, goddess of wealth, love, prosperity, both material and spiritual, fortune, and the embodiment of beauty. I am Ramba, the Apsara, celestial beauty for heaven.
didn't nest the gems and jewels.
I am Kalpa Vriksha, a tree fulfilling one's wishes.
I am Dhanvantri, the physician for all gods. I am Mada, a goddess.
I am Amrit, the nectar, and a golden chalice, drinking which one becomes immortal, the ultimate achievement of self-realization. How Samudra Manthan is relevant today. All tales from Indian mythology sounds fantastic and fascinating. Many people who merely listen to these stories with a casual attitude question the logic behind these tales. Many even believe that these stories are a mere fabrication of someone's highly hyperactive imagination. But the truth is startlingly different.
Indian mythology has always tried to teach man some profound principles in life through its many tales and anecdotes. These interesting tales actually have many hidden meanings and connotations which could reveal some of the highest philosophical truths to mankind.
Applied properly to real life, the Samudra Manthan can be seen as being an extremely effective guide on how to live a day-to-day life. Let us now analyze the Samudra Manthan in detail.
The Samudra. The Samudra, or the ocean of milk, actually represents the human consciousness, or the Jivatma. The churning of the ocean embodies the journey of life undertaken by this Jivatma during its tenure on earth. It represents all the moments of pleasure and pain, physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual struggles that is put through in life.
The Mandir, the mind is an ocean where our thoughts and emotions play on it like the waves of the ocean. The Mandira represents the virtues of steadiness and concentration. Like the mountain, our concentration too will wobble if it's not anchored onto something concrete.
The tortoise. The Mandaragiri was held steady by the Lord, who took the form of a tortoise. Here, the tortoise symbolizes the spiritual withdrawal of a person into his own consciousness. Just as a tortoise withdraws into its shell, so can a man attain liberation, only by withdrawing into the Atman residing inside himself.
In order to undertake a spiritual journey, man has to surrender himself to the Supreme Being, depend on him for steadiness, and only then embark on his voyage. The support of the tortoise, that supreme consciousness, has to back him all the way if he has to succeed in this higher venture.
Vasuki, the Serpent King. Both the Devas and Asuras desired immortality. Vasuki embodies the desire in us to attain liberation by steadying our minds, concentrating and contemplating on the higher self. The story also shows that if this desire factor is not under our control, it can take over our lives and destroy us altogether.
The rope also signifies the need for cooperation. Our spiritual journey has to take into account a good balance of both spiritual and worldly life in order to attain salvation. There are many ascetics who have achieved enlightenment by performing severe penance on the Himalayas. Our worldly life, however, dictates that we continue to live a spiritual life while being involved in the samsara, material world itself.
Who actually are the Devas and the Daityas? The Devas actually represent the good within us, while the Daityas represent the bad within us. The tale of Samudra Manthan illustrates both the bad and the good as being the same sides of the same coin. Coming from the same one creator, Vishnu advised the Devas to work along with the Daityas to churn the ocean. Similarly, we have to learn to balance both the positives and negatives of our personalities, harmonizing both these energies, in order to attain a higher state of spirituality in our own lives.
Nilakanta, Shiva drinking the halahal, the deadly poison.
The poison represents the pain and suffering we have to undergo during our life's spiritual journey.
As we delve deeper into the spiritual sadhana, we experience tremendous inner turmoil, which must be dealt with, before we can proceed ahead in our spiritual endeavor. The story of Lord Shiva consuming the poison educates us on how we should deal with this inner turmoil with courage, discipline, austerity, detachment, and total commitment. Shiva also teaches us on how to hold the poison of our inner selves only at a surface level, without letting the same get into our system or our mind, thereby affecting our entire life.
When the poison arose from the Samudra, everybody immediately sought help from Lord Shiva, who obliged by swallowing the entire venom. This teaches us that if we encounter any difficulty in life, we should immediately request help from God and surrender to the Supreme Entity. Help would most definitely arrive at once and free us from all our troubles and travails.
All the Ratnas that arose from the ocean, Vishnu had advised the Devas to ignore the various precious gems, jewels, and other aspects that arose from the ocean during the Samudra Manthan. While the Asuras tried to snatch away as much as they could, the Devas remained focused on acquiring the Amrita. This focus is what led to the fulfillment of their goal as well.
Likewise, man's spiritual journey gives him several seemingly impressive powers or siddhis from time to time. Many of these siddhis keep developing as his endeavor moves further and further, but the true seeker should ignore all these, remain unaffected, and continue forward with his onward journey into spirituality.
Dhanvantari embodies general health and longevity. The emergence of Dhanvantari during Samudra Manthan indicates that one can attain spiritual success only when both one's body and mind are in perfectly sound health. Absence or deficiency of either can impede man's journey towards discovering his own higher self.
Mohini symbolizes the delusion of mind arising out of pride and ego. The Asuras had great pride on their immense strength and achievement. They were so blinded by their egos that they completely lost sight of their actual goal, acquiring immortality. Similarly, a feeling of pride and complacency of times gets in the way of a man's higher endeavor. If he were to fall prey in these petty feelings, he would immediately proceed towards nothing but total self-destruction.
Rahu, an Asura, managed to partake of the Amrita and became immortal, in spite of Vishnu beheading him. This shows that no matter how much man tries to control the bad in the world, the strife between good and evil will continue for all time.
The story of Samudra Manthan teaches us how to maintain harmony between our material and spiritual lives by placing complete and unshakable faith in our Creator and accepting both the good and the bad in our lives, both from within and without on an even keel.
Manthan is that example that will take us from complete ignorance to the knowledge and enlightenment of the Atma. It would be a mistake to just take this as a story. To understand the reason for the Samudra, Atma, its first duty, karma, is to accept that we have jealousy, greed, and anger like vices in us. Accepting this truth is like poison that came out. Drinking the poison should remind us that in order for us humans to reach Atma Gyan, we have to go through many, many obstacles in life. Overcome our vices like anger, greed, jealousy, etc. to reach our ultimate goal of moksha. After drinking the poison, whatever comes out of the ocean is not for personal pleasure but for the good of the universe.